G'day everyone, Riley here from Auto Electrics and welcome back to the channel. Today you are tuning in to the latest episode in our Caravan build walkthrough series. Now it's been way too long since we've got a Caravan on camera, so we thought we'd take the opportunity to get some footage of this beautiful system that we've just completed just before this van gets picked up. So we don't have much time, so let's jump into the van and have a look what we've got. Alrighty, so we will zoom in on the power system itself a bit closer shortly so you can get a bit of a better look at it, but just some general information on the system firstly. So this van was running a aftermarket lithium power system that had been fitted elsewhere. The owners were having a various amount of issues with that system, from issues with the battery monitoring, inverter cutting out, BMSs shutting down, and it was a nightmare. It was worse than the factory system that the van came with. They brought it in, we did some diagnostics on the system that was fitted, found a huge amount of issues with the products that had been used and how it had been done, and we made the call to get it right this time around and make a fresh start. So that's what we've done. We've completely removed the previous system and we've gone ahead and fitted our 400 amp hour off-grid Dream lithium power package. Now this is fitted under the L-shaped dining, fits under here really nicely. We've obviously got AC charging, DC charging, a central fuse hub, our 400 amp hour custom lithium battery, the EnerDrive 2600 watt inverter which is hardwired into the van, and these guys have also opted for the Cymarine battery monitoring package as well. So that's a little bit of general information on the package and the layout. Let's zoom in and get a bit of a closer look at the system now and run through the individual components. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys can see into the compartment a bit better now. So we'll just run through what the 400 amp hour package includes. So firstly, a bit of a no-brainer, 400 amp hours of lithium. Now we use custom lithium batteries. So this is a single 400 amp hour battery with a 330 amp BMS. This isn't the battery itself, this is a CNC cut box that we get made specifically to suit our batteries, and this is to comply with the latest regulations when it comes to batteries being stored inside the habitable area of the Caravan. So we've been through the regulation on that in previous episodes. If you do want to know more about that, they've been in effect now from November 2023, so it's nothing new, but pretty much the battery has to be in a sealed compartment with an external vent, which is why we get these made. So it's made specifically to suit each battery size, so it fits like a glove. It's made out of a composite material, so non-flammable, no water retention or anything like that. So awesome product to use in this application and does exactly what we need it to do. Behind that, tucked in the bottom here, we have the EnerDrive 2600 watt inverter with RCD and auto switching. So this unit is actually hardwired into the Caravan. So when it's turned on, it provides power to every power point and appliance throughout the van. So there's not a situation where only certain mains power points work when you're off grid, or you have to plug a lead into the inverter or anything like that. You simply turn the inverter on the display, and the van will behave exactly as it would when you're off grid as it would when you're on grid. So really, really convenient, and honestly that is probably the best feature of this package, is how convenient it is. Just being able to switch it on, have power to everything throughout the van, so you don't have any limitations. You can run all your household appliances like your air conditioning and heating, microwave, kettle, toaster, coffee machine, all your appliances like that straight off this power system. So once it's all done, you can pull up anywhere, anytime, and you can use your van exactly as you would if you're plugged in at a Caravan park. Over on the far side, up on the wheel arch there, we have all our charging units. So we have our 40 amp AC charger and our 40 amp DC charger. So AC is doing charge off mains power, DC charge off the vehicle. Now we've set the AC charger up on a new power point that is supplied from shore power only. Now this is very important, and we have covered it in previous episodes as well. It's very important that that has an isolated power point that's only powered from grid power. Because what you don't want is, you don't want the inverter coming on and supplying 240 volt power to the van, and then your AC charger firing up and starting to charge the battery from itself. So that will create pretty much a power loop, and eventually the system will flatten itself. So you need to have an isolated power point for the AC charger that is only powered when you're plugged into shore power and not when you're feeding the van from inverter power. So that's all been sorted. 40 amp DC charger from the car, and then in the back of the system there you'll see a central fuse hub. Now this is something that we include with all the packages. All the fuses are located in the one position, and you'll see everything's labeled on the cover there, so you know exactly what's running where. So if you do have an issue with the system, you know exactly where to come and what you're looking at. So that is a standard inclusion with all the packages. And then at the back there we have the Cymarine battery monitoring shunt, which is monitoring all the charge that's coming in and out of the battery. So that is capturing every movement of power that's happening within the system, whether that's input power from the charging units or output power from the inverter or the 12-volt system as well. There's nothing happening within the system that unit isn't capturing. And we'll show you a bit more information on the Cymarine screen shortly. So that's a brief run through of all the componentry that's included within the 400 amp hour off-grid Dream lithium power package. Now obviously every package that we put together is customized to suit your specific needs and requirements, but we do have a couple of these pre-priced power packages just to give you an idea on where everything sits, and then we can customize those to suit your specific needs from there. So that's a brief rundown of the componentry. We'll have a better look at the Cymarine screen side of things now. So a little bit more information on the Cymarine monitoring side of things. As we mentioned, it's running the Cymarine Pico battery monitoring package. So that's all measured down at the shunt and then sent up to this display here. Now this will give you absolutely everything you could possibly need to know about what's happening down in here. This will include a battery percentage, a runtime remaining. It'll give you your input and output of current, and also a battery voltage as well. It'll give you a temperature of the battery space as well, so you know where that's at. All straight to this display here, and it's super easy to use. You just tap the down arrow there, all the info comes up, and everything's there ready to go. We've also got the on-off for the inverter, so nice and simple once again. Press and hold, it turns your inverter on, and within a couple of seconds you'll hear your aircon and bits and pieces beep. There you go, and you're good to go. So now we've got power to all the power points throughout the van, air conditioning, all your appliances ready to go. So all within a couple of seconds. So really quick and easy, simple to use, and that's really what you want. You don't want to be out trying to enjoy, you know, a beautiful off-grid location and then having to mess around trying to get your power system working and you're having issues and stuff like that. We pretty much set it up so nothing under here needs to be touched. All your controls are here, easy to access, ready to go. You can just jump in the van, flick your inverter on, check your battery, see where that's all at, and you're good to go. So nice and simple. Now this package did also include additional roof solar. We were fairly limited with roof space on this application, so we could only fit 3 panels up there. So we've got about 660 watts, and then we've also fitted an external solar input for a solar blanket. So with the solar we've got up there, plus the 200 watt solar blanket, we're around the 880 watt mark, which is pretty much exactly where you want to be with 400 amps of battery. So that's all going to function really well. You want to make sure that with an off-grid system like this, you not only calculate the battery storage correctly, but there's no point having that battery storage there if you don't have the ability to be able to recharge it nice and quickly as well. So the recharge rate is just as important, if not more important, than the battery storage. So we're not going to jump up on the roof and show you the solar because it's a bit of a task to get up there. But if you do have any questions regarding the solar side of things, please feel free to reach out and we're more than happy to answer those for you too. Well, I think that wraps this episode up pretty well, guys. We've had to keep this one short and sweet because this van is literally getting picked up in about half an hour. So we've got to get this thing all cleaned up and ready to roll. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. If you do have any specific questions about the 400 amp hour off-grid Dream lithium power package that we've walked you through today, please feel free to reach out to us for some further information. There'll be a link in the description below. You can head over to our website and we'll be happy to help out with that as well. As we mentioned, we offer a heap of different size packages depending on what's going to suit your specific power needs best. So if you do want some information on the other packages that we offer, flick us through an email. We'll be happy to help. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode, for supporting the channel, and we look forward to catching you on the next one.